Okay, so I was telling you that under MRTP Act, what was the situation? Situation was that those industries who was having an investment of 100 crore, all right, were having a restriction. What was the restriction? Suppose they if they want to establish any other industry, then it was a requirement for those industry to take a permission, approval from the government if they want to do any other investment. Which kind of the industries? The industries which were having net investment of 100 crore and above. If they wanted to enhance their investment, then under MRTP Act, the permission and approval of the government was must. So such kind of the restrictions which were imposed on the industrial sector before 1991. Then what they have done, they have given relaxation of the act which is called MRTP Act. Earlier it was so much of restrictions were there. The big industries were not able to do more investment. If they have to take more investment, they have to take permission. And you know what was the condition? That they were those industries which were the bigger industries, by giving money to the bureaucrats, they were getting permission and they were establishing more industries. So the MRTP Act was actually created to control monopoly, but due to corruption, it was creating more monopoly in the country. So it was not effective at that time. So that is why government decided to give relaxation in controlling monopoly. And which act was there to control monopoly? MRTP Act. So MRTP Act is relaxed. MRTP Act has been, under this act, whatever restrictions were there were being reduced, were being taken away by the government of India under the policy of liberalization. Now see all of in the point. In order to make deregulation more effective, restrictions on functioning of monopolies have been relaxed. Monopoly houses are no longer required to seek prior. This is the main point. Monopoly houses are no longer required to seek prior government approval for the expansion and establishment of new industry. अब जो भी monopoly houses थे उनके लिए कोई restriction नहीं था. अब उनको कोई government approval की जरूरत नहीं थी to establish any new industry. तो उन्होंने क्या कर दिया? MRTP Act को totally relax कर दिया. फिर the emphasis has shifted now to controlling and regulating the monopolistic and restrictive unfair trade practices. ठीक है. अब जो डाइवर्जन हो गया, पहले क्या था कि मोनोपोली को कंट्रोल करना, अब गवर्नमेंट का मेन एम क्या हो गया? अब उन लोग ये चाहते थे कि अनफेयर ट्रेड प्रैक्टिसेस को कंट्रोल करे, ना कि मोनोपोलीज को कंट्रोल करे. दैट इज द सेकेंड फीचर ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन. द फुल पॉइंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Even in delicensing, the full point is very important. Now see the third feature of liberalization. Industrial location policy. As I told you, पहले क्या था? किसी को भी अगर इंडस्ट्री एस्टैब्लिश करनी है तो बहुत रिस्ट्रिक्शन था कि आप इस एरिया में एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर सकते, आप इस एरिया में एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर सकते, आपको कहीं दूर जाके जहाँ पे मीन्स सिविलियंस कम रहते हैं वहां पे जाके आप. तो बहुत सारे लोकेशन की रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थी इंडस्ट्रीज को एस्टैब्लिश करने को. वो भी अब अंडर द पॉलिसी of liberalization are being removed by the government of India. Now see the point, all of you. In a departure from the earlier industrial location policy, freedom has been given to industries to start their operation at all location other than cities with more than 1 million population. बस एक restriction लगाए, उन लोग कहीं पे भी अपनी इंडस्ट्री एस्टैब्लिश कर सकते हैं, सिर्फ उन सिटीज में नहीं कर सकते जिनकी पॉपुलेशन 1 मिलियन से ज्यादा हो. ये एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन रखी गई. बाकी सारी रिस्ट्रिक्शन जो लोकेशंस की थी उसको निकाल ली गई अंडर द पॉलिसी ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन. देन देयर इज नो नीड फॉर ऑब्टेनिंग द अप्रूवल ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट एक्सेप्ट फॉर इंडस्ट्रीज सब्जेक्ट टू कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग. कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग के 5 इंडस्ट्रीज थे जो हमने फर्स्ट पॉइंट में पढ़े. किसको लाइसेंसिंग लेना जरूरी था? अल्कोहल, सिगरेट, हजारियस केमिकल, डिफेंस इक्विपमेंट एंड इंडस्ट्रियल एक्सप्लोजन. लीविंग देम, अब कोई गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल लेने की जरूरत नहीं थी अंडर द पॉलिसी ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन. दैट इज द थर्ड फीचर. सी द फोर्थ फीचर, रिमूवल ऑफ रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन मर्जर. पहले अभी देखिए आप, nowadays 2-3 industries are companies are merging together, ठीक है, and they become a co-partners. Earlier it was not allowed. अगर कोई किसी का पार्टनर बनना चाहता है, कोई इंडस्ट्री दूसरे इंडस्ट्री को अपने इंडस्ट्री में मर्ज करना चाहता है, वो अलाउड नहीं था 1991 के बाद पहले. But 1991 के बाद, that is under the policy of liberalization, government has removed all those restrictions on merger. Now any company can merge with any other company without any restriction. That is the fourth feature of liberalization. Then लिबरलाइजेशन ऑफ कैपिटल मार्केट. कैपिटल मार्केट का मतलब होता है कि लो बैंक. Capital market means bank. Capital market means stock exchange. Capital market means all those institutions which are dealing with the finances, giving and taking of the loan, issuing the shares, stock, debentures, all those things means what? Capital market. Now, government has not only liberalized the industrial sector, government has also liberalized the capital market. Now, see the point? Capital market has been made free. A new company can be floated now with issuing of new shares and debenture. अब कोई भी आप आराम से अपनी कंपनी शुरू करिए और बिना गवर्नमेंट परमिशन के आप आराम से अपने इश्यूज, शेयर्स और डिवेंचर्स को मार्केट में इशू करिए. There was no restriction. Is it clear? The next, foreign exchange market reform. Foreign exchange. अब मतलब foreign exchange को समझो तुम. What do you mean by foreign? Foreign exchange means तब take place होता है जब international trade होता है. Sixth point, try to understand. When there is a international trade, then we need foreign exchange. क्योंकि if we will do trade with other country, we have to make the payment to the other country in terms of the currency of that country. Like India is a country and rupee is our currency. अगर हमको किसी और कंट्री से कोई चीज खरीदनी है तो हम उनको पेमेंट रुपीज में नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि उनकी कंट्री में रुपीज सर्कुलेट नहीं करता है. जैसे कल मैंने अपने वीडियो में बताया कि if the India has to do a trade with America, then if India is buying something from America, America will not take payment in terms of rupees. America will tell India that you give me payment. Like similarly, if America will buy something from India, then America will make payment to India in terms of rupees, not in terms of dollar. Is it clear? So every country need a foreign exchange with itself so that it can hold a international trade. Is it clear? Now, the exchange rate also important. What do you mean by exchange rate? The rate at which domestic currency is exchanged with the foreign currency. Like example, dollar and rupees का exchange rate क्या होता है? $1 is equal to how many rupees? 60 rupees. It keeps on variation. 45 rupees to 60 rupees हमेशा variate करते रहता है. Is it clear? So that is the exchange rate. How we determine the exchange rate? In India? No, in the international market when we do the international trade. So government of India has also done so much of liberalization in the foreign exchange market as well. See the sixth point, all of you. These reforms have been introduced in the foreign exchange market. Flexible exchange rate system has been introduced under exchange rate is determined by the market forces. पहले क्या था? जो exchange rate थी इंडिया में वो गवर्नमेंट से डिटरमाइन होती थी. अब अकॉर्डिंग टू द लिबरलाइजेशन पॉलिसी फ्लेक्सिबल एक्सचेंज रेट सिस्टम अलाउ किया गया. इसमें एक्सचेंज रेट डिसाइड होगा थ्रू टू मार्केट फोर्सेस, डिमांड एंड सप्लाई. दिस इज द मेजर change which has been done by the government of India under the policy of liberalization. Is it clear then? The Reserve Bank of India help only to ensure that there are no extreme fluctuations in the exchange rate. Okay? Reserve Bank of India तभी interfere करेगा जब बहुत ज़्यादा fluctuation होगा. Otherwise, it is the two market forces which is going to decide about the exchange rate. मतलब rupees किस रेट पे फॉरेन करेंसी से एक्सचेंज होगा, ये कैसे डिसाइड होगा? नाउ आफ्टर द लिबरलाइजेशन पॉलिसी थ्रू टू मार्केट फोर्सेस. एंड व्हेन आरबीआई विल इंटरफेयर, आरबीआई विल इंटरफेयर ओनली इन द सिचुएशन व्हेन देयर विल बी टू मच फ्लक्चुएशंस. अब सपोज $1 इज इक्वल टू 80 रुपीज हो गया तो बहुत ज्यादा फ्लक्चुएशन हो गया. अगर वैरी करता है 45 रुपीज से 60 रुपीज में तो नो प्रॉब्लम, देन आरबीआई विल नॉट इंटरफेयर. बट इफ देर इज अ टू मच फ्लक्चुएशंस देन आरबीआई विल इंटरफेयर. दैट इज द सिक्स्थ फीचर ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन पॉलिसी. Seventh feature is foreign trade reform. Now see all of in the book. Foreign trade policy underwent substantial change in the wake of liberalization. Tariff मतलब import और export, import duty. जब हम किसी कंट्री से इंपोर्ट करते हैं तो हम लोग क्या पे करते हैं? टैरिफ्स. इज इट क्लियर? तो अब टैरिफ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हैव बीन कंसिडरेबली रिलैक्स. पहले बहुत ज्यादा टैरिफ लगाती थी सरकार, बहुत ज्यादा टैरिफ रेट था, मतलब जो टैरिफ की रेट थी वो बहुत हाई रहती थी. एंड दैट इज वाई इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड नहीं पॉसिबल हो पाता था, किसी के बस की बात नहीं थी, क्योंकि इतना ज्यादा टैरिफ उनको देना पड़ता था. अब उन्होंने क्या किया, वो टैरिफ के रेट को रिलैक्स कर दिया अंडर द पॉलिसी ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन. टैरिफ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हैव बीन कंसिडरेबली रिलैक्स्ड. द पॉलिसी ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन हैज लेड टू द फ्रीडम ऑफ इंपोर्ट कैपिटल गुड्स एंड टेक्नोलॉजी. इंपोर्ट कोटाज हैव बीन एबॉलिश्ड. पहले क्या था, कोटा लगाते थे इंपोर्ट में कि ये गुड को आप इंपोर्ट नहीं कर सकते. वो कोटा को भी इन्होंने रिमूव कर दिया. अब कोई रिजर्वेशन नहीं था, आप आराम से किसी भी चीज को खरीद सकते हैं दूसरे कंट्री से. सो इस तरीके की पॉलिसीज अडॉप्ट की गई अंडर द पॉलिसी ऑफ लिबरलाइजेशन. देन ease doing of business, especially the NDA government. When Narendra Modi government came, this feature actually included when NDA government was formed in 2014. Now see, the NDA government, 9th point, see all of in the book. The NDA government has taken serious measures during the last 3 years to improve doing business in India. As part of the policy, existing rules regarding various licensing and permissions needed for doing business in the country have been simplified. This has created an investment friendly environment in the country. Is it clear? Then 10th, several other changes such as liberalizing the control of RBI on commercial bank. And obviously RBI is the central bank of India, and RBI always control the commercial bank and other banks of the country. Now the control of RBI over commercial banks have also been relaxed. Is it clear? So these are the 10 important features of liberalization. So today I have completed the features of liberalization, meaning and features of liberalization. And each point of the features of liberalization, each line is very important. Okay, so now today you study the meaning and features of liberalization. If you find any kind of the problem, children, you can just call me or you can comment so that I can just see those problems and I can deal with those problems in my next video. Okay, and tomorrow I'm going to complete your privatization, and day after tomorrow I'm going to complete your globalization. So this is the last topic of your syllabus of second term examination. So 15th onwards your second term exam started. So I'll try to complete within 3 days your syllabus of second term examination. Okay, for today only this much. Thank you, children.